Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan here in another Theros draft. If anyone else is looking at my cards right now, you notice we opened a slam first pick in Brimaz, King of Oreskos. So that's happening. And then we pay attention to what else is here. No other strong white cards, which is super nice. A Thunder Brute, which is okay, but at 6 isn't exactly anything that you need to be picking highly. Even though it's a super strong card, don't get me wrong, but I mean, you get your 6 drops, and they're generally pretty A-okay. Kiyora's Follower is probably the next best card in the pack after my nice Mythic Rare, but committing to 2 colors isn't particularly grand. Decent green, decent black, decent blue. Pretty well-rounded pack, but we're slamming our king. I just got like scared for like accidentally passing Brimaz and going, whoa, what just happened? That'd be bad. Alright, no insanely great white card here, though I'm happy to take a Loyal Pegasus, if that's what I so choose, just to kind of stay on white, and I kind of like the idea in the Born of the Gods packs to just kind of try to focus on one color if you can, and stick to it, not really splitting it to 2 until Theros, just because I always feel like Born of the Gods is so wonky. Compared to the rest of the draft, with red being so good in Born of the Gods, but kind of average in Theros, and black being so bad in Born of the Gods, but being great in Theros. However, Loyal Pegasus isn't exactly, even though it's on white, it's still not the overpowered white that I'm absolutely in love with, whereas Archetype of Imagination is a really nice finisher, and definitely the strongest card here. Someone took an uncommon over it. I don't know if that's always right. But I will take the archetype here, just because it's so much better than Loyal Pegasus, we may not end up going into white. And blue is going to be pretty fine. And we're going to follow up with a Chorus of the Tides. Could go with this Bolt of Kuranos, but I really don't like red. Blue-white is just as good. Might even better take the Sun and Storm if that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, actually I'm going to take Sun and Storm. I think it is just that good in the format. You get your 4-drops when you want them. And yeah, we're going to move into it in that way. Bolt, again, best card in the pack, but I'm going to just avoid it. I don't want to be splitting in 3 ways. There's nice cards in these colors. I'll let other people fight over red while I go ahead and grab strong cards in my colors already. We're not taking a blue card here with Sphinx's Disciple, so which means we'd be taking a white card. I'm not going to jump into another color. And if we're doing white, we might do white-blue since I want to be on blue. And Affairs Enlightenment is exactly that. Occult's Reward is also good, especially if you're heavy white, which we're going to be kind of heavy white with the King, if that's where we go. But we're also going to have a pretty even split of blue, it looks like. So, boink, Affairs Enlightenment. Not really close. Also not close with this Ares Worshipper, which is awesome in a blue deck, and that's kind of where I'm being pushed right now. Nyxborn Trino I'd love to have as well. Nullify would probably make the cut. Crowan Phalanx is grand and is certainly playable if I'm not even in red, though not exciting. Swordwise Centaurs, though, is much better than in just a base green deck. But it looks like blue is open. We're going to stay on the blue path for sure, and then kind of move forward from there. And since there's no blue card here, I'm still down to go into my white-blue picks. I'll take the Elite Skirmisher over Loyal Pegasus because I don't know if I'm going to be super aggressive. We have a nice 4-drop and a nice 6-drop here. I'm not looking to do the old 1-2 punch. I'd rather just round out with, you know, a good game player here. Glimpse of the Sun God is awesome. Really glad to have it. We are clearly in some good colors here. And yeah, best card in the pack. Hole at Bay is really a dorky heroic enabler, but we might end up wanting it if we start going, getting like a lot of heroic dudes and we need triggers. Certainly better than Griffin Dreamfinder in my opinion. Not certainly better, but if my deck wants a combat trick, I'm more worried about not having them, or not having heroic triggers as well, so I'd want Hold at Bay, versus like the rare occasion playing Griffin Dreamfinder, which is really best in a black-white deck, which is controlling and has like both Hopeful and Baleful Eidolons to nab. Aspect of Hydra is a good card. I love going there. But yeah, Hold at Bay. The first pick I'm just not excited about, but I'm okay with. I'm going to grab this 2-drop here, though. I think it's kind of what we want. We just grabbed a mediocre combat trick, and Crypsis is kind of that in white-blue. Sun and Storm is the much better instant in blue. And Crypsis is great if you are heavy blue and you just need combat tricks. But I'd rather just have the dude here. We're going to be in white. We're going to have ways to have combat tricks. We already have Glimpse, Hold at Bay, like I said, Sunstorm. But getting like a God's Willing or like a Battle-Wise Valor and Theros packs will be fine. So I'll just grab the 2-drop. And just grab the Revoke Existence for the sideboard. And we're on our way into a very respectable white-blue pack. Or white-blue deck, I should say. Ugh. There is a chance that Gorgon Heads gets played, but I've technically never actually done it. It was kind of nice to put on Dorky Dudes to trade up for later in the game. Yeah, I'll take it. This is the second aspect of Hydra I've seen pass. It's something to pay attention to, because it can really just get you if someone has this really solid, devoted green deck. But who knows? My Gorgon's head might actually get in there. Though it's hidden now, because that's only going to be an afterthought come deck building. Yep, nice start to the deck. Hold it, Bane, Revoke, kind of dorky. Wouldn't mind like the Vanguard of Brima, since we actually have the Lion King. Might as well get his Vanguard online, but that's not going to happen. We've already seen our pack. No Crone Skyguards. Those are going to be our premium 2-drops. And I don't think there's anything that I was really looking to see table. I'm probably not going to play a second Hold at Bay, but I'm also not worried about these particular removal spells. Or these particular black spells, the removal spell or the War Chanter of Mogus. So I'll let the black player do that, and I'll just keep cutting my white. And maybe if this draft goes horribly awry, I play 2 Hold at Bays. Cutting the Snake of the Golden Grove. Green seems to be fairly open. Although that was in the pack with the Swordwise Centaur, right? I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I think that's what it was. And that's definitely what I would have picked if I was green. But still, that means there's only one green drafter-ish at the table. Blue totally dried up. We got the Sun and Storm, Area Worshippers. Archetype was past second pack, but doesn't really count as a signal. Enlightenment, not so much because of the multiple colors, but that's okay. Sure, we'll go to Windows 7 Basic, since my computer's thinking too hard. And we'll cut Forsaken Drifters. Alrighty. So I still would like to go kind of base double white with Phalanx Leaders and Wingsteed Riders, which of course any white drafter wants a bunch of. But I'd be actually pretty happy with that if I was really heavily white with like a little bit of blue and just this archetype to finish things off. I don't think white was that open, but it's pretty deep in general, so that could be the game plan here. In the blue cards with Voyage's End and Shelley's and the Nymphs, those are what I'm looking for. Well, excuse me, it looks like we're just going Mythic Rare status here. Metamai is exactly the 6-drop I want. Love this Voyage's End, but we're already on the colors for Metamai, so that's kind of a slam pick. Man, that's lucky. I opened up a Brima's and a Metamai. Like, Metamai can get passed to you, you know, like in a third pack or even a second pack if someone's like really not in those colors and not going for it. It's not like it's worth money. And I mean, it's bomb, but just like any other bomb rares. But the fact that I opened both and they're, you know, in my colors is kind of insane. So that'd be fun. Would love this Voyage's End. I should have spent a lot more time paying attention to what else was in the pack. I'm kind of annoyed that I just did that because I was just so distracted by Mythics that I wasn't looking at the rest of the pack. Anyway, easy God's Willing slam here, looking for probably this Glare of Hair at table. I might grab the Prescient Chimera when it comes back around, but I'm not really looking to play it. I've got my 2 6-drops, and this is 5, but we've got kind of what I want to be doing in the high end of the game. We're seeing green, green, black, black, which is kind of what was open to the right of me as well from the first part of the draft, so that's a little bit scary. But I'm super happy to have a God's Willing. Wow, what a bum pick here. Take what, Alien and Snarecaster? After picking Metamai and God's Willing, I definitely don't feel like I want to abandon blue. God's Willing is going to be great in a blue-white deck. Here's another Erebos' Emissary, which I do remember seeing now from my pack. And some great green. Wow, green and black, man. Green-black drafter I'm going to be very scared of. I could go ahead and cut the Leaf Crown Dryad, but again, I have a playable. It's a stupid 2-drop. I mean, even the Coastline Chimera make the deck, but I'm just looking to... If I just have, like, a solid playable curve with a couple of interactive spells, being able to play into a Brimaz or a Metamai should be very powerful for me. We'll take the Traveling Philosopher with that philosophy in mind. Really sad to see another Gray Merchant come. I don't think it was right to grab the other black and jump into black. I think this is exactly typical of why you want to try to stay one color in Born of the Gods, and then in Theros get your next color on. Because, like I was saying how wonky it was, there was such weak black being passed around, such weak black in general in the first pack. Now whoever like happened to kind of stumble into black is getting so rewarded with Great Merchant of Asphodels going late. Glad to see that there's very little green in this pack. There's actually tons of white cards. They're just all the bad white cards, none of the good ones. Gift is not what I want. Evangel could make a deck like what I have going right now, but I don't want to cut it for the other great 6-drops. I don't need a third one. So yeah, we'll just take a Dorky 2 in the row. Do I have enough humans? One. Is this a human? No, it's a merfolk wizard. Only, I guess with Area Worship, yeah, we'll take the Cavalry of Pegasus. It's either that or could have Baleful Eidolon. We don't have enough reasons to care about Mnemonic Wall. I want all these 2-drops gone, ideally, from the main deck. And a Cavalry of Pegasus with at least 3 decent dudes for it is acceptable when there's nothing else in the pack. So there you go. Take a Crackling Triton, not taking a Traveler's Amulet. This is at worst a 2-3 in the deck, and if we need playables, it's playables. And I do think like our bombs are going to help us kind of get out of jams. Now here's a tough spot, because Horizon Scholar is awesome. And we might be wanting to set up to go a little bit late because of our bombs and getting in some nice 6ers online. But Chosen by Heliod tends to be very good in the deck. And the thing is, we just don't have the heroic guys that normally this pack or these colors would have, and since we're already getting to the dregs of the second pack, I'm a little worried to grab this guy now. If I don't take it and I do start picking up heroic pieces like Wingsteed Riders and stuff, I only have 2 good targets for them. So yeah, or I guess Glimpse the God, but I'm going to take the Chosen. It'll make the deck. It's fine. I think I'll take another Traveling Philosopher over the Glare, even though Glare would be nice. And but I think there was another one coming around. This one could have already grabbed it. Really late Baleful Eidolon. Persian Chimera could be okay, but again, I'm not worried about the high end. I kind of just want to stay alive. And having like decent 2-drops are cool. It's just now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of mediocre 2-drops. And this is just another one to the pile. But whatever. Crackling Triton over Anviloraptor. Could take this just to round out the 4s, but I think I would also, again, just have a decent curve, stay alive, get the beats on, and maybe go a little bit controlling. Here's that Glare that came back, which I'm going to take over the Prescient Chimera. Nice sideboard card. Take the Coastline Chimera, can make the deck. Now I will take the Evangel. Could make the deck, though I'm hoping not to. Alright, so that was a pretty bum pack for us. Well, I guess I shouldn't complain. Metamai was good. I'm still wondering if I was forcing these colors a little bit much, but I think based on how the picks went, I don't think it was wrong to be in these colors. Yeah, I don't think so. Point out to me if you would have gone a different route at a different point. Oh man, what great cards here. This is kind of like the issue from our last pack. We had Metamai and the Voyages in that we wanted. But, oh well, we're going to take the Spear. We're already looking to go a little bit more control-y, so that's going to be great. Battle Wall's Hoplite I would love, but I do technically have 2-drops that work. And the Spear is just way too powerful. Anything else tabling? I'm going to Chosen. Probably going to get the Chosen back. That's about it. Nothing else is really great in the pack, so this Hoplite's going to be gone. A couple of red cards, and then the Voyage Insider for that one green drafter who's alive. But, man, we just got opened 3 rares in the colors that we're playing, so that's a really nice gift. Voyage's End is amazing. Hopefully this Omen Speaker or Triton Fortune Hunter back. Maybe the Battle-Wise Valor will come around. but that's a pretty easy slam pick. Wave Crash Giant's a slam pick. Now, this was back to where I was thinking, like, how many triggers for Heroic do I actually have? 1. We'll count these as a half each. I don't even know if we're playing them, but 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so not insane. And we have no Bestow Dudes, which is really what a Wave Crash Trident wants. But I'm definitely taking over Gunaband Elder, that's for sure. We're not that aggressive. This is actually kind of, now we're going into this kind of weird control-ish blue-white deck, which scares me quite a bit, because it's not what those colors want to be doing. I'm super stoked for an Observant Alciad, so that's cool. More green. Cut a Shipwreck Singer. I don't think the Bronze Sable is ever going to make it, and Shipwreck Singer is really good. This is only to play against Intimidate, which isn't that relevant in the format. Sure, there's a couple of cards, but I think I'd rather grab a powerful card and cut it from the pool than have a really weak sideboard card. If this is a strong sideboard card, like the Glare or something, I'd go there. This is now at sideboard level. Cavalry Pegasus is okay with the 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures we have. Probably will make it. Not too sure exactly what the cuts are quite yet, but I kind of want to be narrowing it down. Maybe this Evangel's gone. Like I said, I like my 2 6-drops. Don't want to play this Coastline Chimera at all. Can't play Chained. I really don't need a 3rd Crackling Giant, so I think we take Last Breath for the board, or we cut a card. Okay, there's no way we're playing a 3rd Crackling Giant. We already have 2 dorky Crackling Giants in our deck. One might even be making the cut here. And that would be our base build. I do like we have our 2s. It's just a bummer these 2 hold at bays. But our top end's okay, minus the Coastline Chimera, so I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah, I'm pretty much never bringing Last Breath in. No, that's a lie. That could actually make it in. It's just a sideboard card, but it's there. Ray I'm going to take over a Null, because it's better. Dissolve. This deck actually could want to dissolve. But since all I have is that stupid enchantment hate, I'm going to take the instant Ray of Disillusion. It's also more about my playstyle. I'm really not a counter magic player, even in maybe slower decks like what I'm building right now. So Ray of Disillusion is really more my style. Hello, a Crow and Hoplite foil. Not taking it, taking Trident Fortune Hunter. Not insane in our deck, because we don't have tons of pieces for it, but I think I'd still rather have it than an aqueous form. Let me double check to make sure that's true. Yeah, we're not really getting in with anything insane. I don't need tons of heroic triggery things happening. I only have a Wave Crash Triton, right? Probably neither are going to make the deck, the Trident Fortune Hunter or the Aqueous form. Maybe the Fortune Hunter will replace a Crackling Triton to get the possible heroic effect. But also probably not. Mnemonic Wall, yeah, it's a maybe. I don't have any 5s. It could get there. I don't think I have enough things to bounce back with it, but whatever. Oh, another Triton Fortune Hunter. I'll take it versus a Bent Giant or cutting another Shipwreck Singer. Still not sure that's going to make the deck. We have very little ways to trigger heroic. I'll let people play. I guess we'll take this as a sideboard. So many bad sideboard cards that we have, though. Oh, I should have taken the Fade, I think. I think I wanted to hate that because of my Spear. Okay, so I would say we have an average deck. Average because I have insane rares, right? So nice bombs. But then all the support cards are very weak. So it comes out to average. But let me start with a build and then I'll bring you guys back in a few moments. Okay, so here's the initial build with just like the premium cards. I say premium, my 2-drops are weak, but after that it gets pretty decent with our, really nice higher end stuff and our bombs. And this guy's probably going to be more like that in the curve. And then our spells are actually really powerful with Glimpse, Sudden, Warden, all these kind of things queuing on. So I'm really stoked about that. Mostly we have some low creature count, and it's really about getting in either these Fortune Hunters, Crackling Giants, or Coastline Chimeras. If I do the Fortune Hunters, I have 1, 2, 3, 4.5, because I don't know how reliable this is going to be, but, 5-ish ways to trigger, so they're really not that great. I actually think I'd rather have the Crackling Tritons, because 2/3s in this format are really quite tasty, especially because what I want to do is kind of play a really weird control build where I get out like a decent curve, do a couple points of damage, and then start going to town with like an Ares Worshipper, get my Archetype out, or one of my Mythic Rares out, and start just handling that situation. So I think that's where I'm a little bit more leaning. Likewise, I could play this Coastline Chimera. Gets me to the 15 creature count that I want, so I'm kind of stoked for that. And again, it goes with the general game plan of slowing the game down and getting my big dudes online. So I will play it. Pretty weak, but that's fine. It's only at 22 playables now. So then we have one more card to play in. I'm going to do the Ray of Dissolution. I think it's very main deckable in this format, as I think a lot of people would say. If there's a stronger card, I'm down to get rid of it, and in fact, this Glare of Hairsail will be one of the first to come in. Hold Up Base could be good, but I'm really not pushing these guys because all I really have is this Wave Crash Triton for anything of heroic relevance. Yes, I could do the Skirmisher, but I don't really care about that. And the Triton Fortune Hunters are the only two other heroic cards to bring in from the board to make the Hold It base somewhat decent. Like I said during the draft, these were more like if I had gotten in the situation I am now, but I had like Phalanx Leaders and Wingsteed Riders. If that was the case, and I had such little heroic triggers, I would totally play the Hold It base. But because I don't have the premium heroic cards, I'm not going to. And we're going to be doing our Ray, so Revoke will kind of come in if we have more enchantment or possibly an artifact hate to deal with. Same with our other sideboard cards. Evangel would actually be fine in this deck because I have like a decent amount of white, but I'm not like insanely white. And the other 6-drops are way better, and I don't really want 3 6-drops, especially because I have like things to do with my mana in many different ways. So I think this is the nice build. 9/8 seems about right to me. I don't think I want to go down to 7 on the islands because I do have a number of 3-drops that I do kind of want to get out. And I think 9 is all we really need, despite having these two nice rares at double white. 9 should be fine. Yeah, 9/8 seems good. Cool. This is fun. Let's destroy with some mythics.